This was the camera that pioneered the full-frame fixed-lens point-and-shoot. The one that inspired Leica to create the Q series. This is the SONY RX1. Heads up, it's the coolest camera Sony has ever made. This was the last model Sony has produced in the RX1 series. It supports a 42 megapixel full-frame sensor and the Carl Zeiss 35mm f2 lens. It's also the world's smallest and lightest full-frame digital camera, and that's in comparison to other cameras, even without the lens attached. It's essentially the same size as a small point-and-shoot digital camera, just with a little bigger of a lens. It's no secret that my biggest wish for Fuji's beloved X100 line of cameras is that they were full-frame. This is essentially an X100, which is full-frame. The 23mm f2 of the X100 line is the equivalent of a full-frame 35mm lens. The lens here on the RX1 is a Zeiss Sonor design 35mm f2 lens, and it's incredibly unique. You may think because it's an older camera now that it will be massively outperformed by newer cameras. You would be wrong. Once older cameras reached a certain threshold for image quality, they will never go obsolete. The RX1 is no exception. I'm not a fan of the RX1 looks or its handling. It handles just like an old Sony point-and-shoot, and looks just like one. It's not special to me at all. The only thing that drew me to this camera is its lens, and that lens is special. Upon using it, I've discovered the look of a 35mm Sonor design lens. It resolves all of the detail there is in the point of focus, while it lets the out of focus areas fade away. In the outer parts of the image circle, there is some sort of motion blur type of bokeh. It's very interesting to me. There's also a lot more bowing and distortion than other 35mm lenses that I own. Maybe because of its smaller footprint, Zeiss had to compromise with its optics to make it operational, but that has led to some unique optics that I really do enjoy. This camera has a tilt-up display, which makes it a joy to use as a waist-level machine. And I wish all cameras used a tilt-up display just like this instead of the swivel type that is very popular today. The RX1 is able to produce some incredible looking images. It has no gimmicks, no film simulations and no tricks. If Sony would update this camera with their modern autofocus tracking and some sort of user assignable LUTs or looks with a combination of aspect ratios or crop modes, it would be a hit, and that camera would be the one to rule all fixed lens cameras. At the end of the day, is this the perfect camera? No. But it's unique. In a world of chunky full-frame cameras, this one is different. And I would highly recommend trying this camera if a chance appears before you. Thanks for watching today's episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.